This is Hack College, where we teach you how to do homework faster without the use of Adderall. Welcome to Season 2. If you got Season 1, may God help your soul. Times are changing a little bit.
So today's show, we're starting off with a classic game of opposable thumbs. We're going to follow that up with building a dorm-friendly air conditioner for less than $40. It won't get banned by your rules and conditions of your dorm.
And we have a special guest segment today that's a little beginning of the year do-it-yourself for your dorm room. That'll be badass.
And stick around at the end because we're giving away a free laptop to one lucky student courtesy of HP. A free freaking laptop.
No joke.
Hello and welcome to Hack College, a life hacking show for and by college students. As Scrooge McDuck once said, work smarter, not harder.
And we've been gone a long time, and as you can probably see, we're back with friends. As of today, Hack College is on the new Revision 3 beta network, and we sifted through that survey that we ran a few months ago, and by request, we're making the episodes much shorter and denser.
And better.
And better.
So let's get down to business with a little thing we call opposable thumbs. So this is Opposable Thumbs. For those of you who haven't seen the show before, we go through some technology, education-y news, kind of cool shit that's happening in the news and education. We do thumbs up, thumbs to the side, or thumbs down for each story, 90 seconds for each story. We do that for each story and discuss each story in a story-like fashion. Here's the first story, okay? Natalie Dillon, this woman, going by the pseudonym, auctions her virginity to pay for her tuition. We got this from Reuters. She's from San Diego, she's 22 years old, and she's publicly auctioning her virginity to pay for college, okay? So eBay denied her, so there's no real tech, news peg for this one. But the auction will take place at a Nevada brothel, some little sketchy place where it's allowed to be prostitution.
But still completely
And so her
legal.
sister is actually there already paying off her college debts, which is like this weird tie-in for
that's
this whole
weird.
commentary on expensive colleges, blah, 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 blah.
weird.
What do you think, Kelly? What do you think?
Thumbs up.
I'm going to definitely give that thumbs down. Dude, nobody could possibly think that is morally okay for you to auction off your virginity to pay for college.
No,
Okay,
but it's not morally okay. But as the brothel owner said in the story, why lose it to some weird guy in the back of a Toyota when you could pay for your tuition with it? So it's morally probably questionable.
Or you could just not do either one.
It's capitalist.
I think it is so awful. Here, let's look it up in Vice and Virtue in everyday life.
No.
Well, I just, it's just horrible in my opinion. It's just, it's like a big publicity stunt. She's just trying to get her 15 minutes of fame.
She's gonna be able to pay off her tuition, no sweat. She's gonna have spending cash.
No, you know what's gonna happen? Some conservative group is gonna group together and be like, "Here's $200,000. We're not gonna screw you for your virginity," and they're just gonna pay it off.
All right. Story number 2: LMU students and neighborhood residents take it to the web. There's a small squabble going on, having to do with off-campus parties and the students just going crazy and being really loud and obnoxious at night. And for the first time that I've seen, the entire discussion is taking place online, specifically around a video that KNBC4, a local news station, ran. What are you going to give this?
Thumbs up. So, okay.
Ditto.
First of all, there's a basically viral video online that's going nuts. It's got 50 comments on it or something like that.
Yeah.
There's my article in the Loyolan, our blog posts, blog posts on other Westchester blog. Can you believe this? Parents, this little disgruntled, curmudgeonly people have blogs now.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
And so everyone's commenting on each other's people, and it's just total chaos.
There's this one mom that left a really, I think it was just downright inappropriate comment on Chris's personal blog talking about the entire situation. But I guess
you might want to check that out at chrislazinski.com/blog.
Oh.
Okay,
Nice
so
little
anyway,
plug there.
So all the bickering in business is just kind of, just having that veil of the internet in front of it makes it just so much more crazy. Nobody is able to treat anyone like a human being. Instead, they're just nobody knows who I am.
Think of flaming, and then think of that as applied to parents and students.
But the people live right over there.
Yeah,
I know,
it's
not just some YouTube video they're commenting on randomly. It's people that live right there. So anyway, story number 3. College presidents defend rising tuition. Okay, so Charles E. Grassley, who's an Iowa senator, called together 2 dozen university presidents, and they just talked about basically how rising tuition is crazy. Now, here's what's f***ed up, okay? They have these huge endowments. The average university makes a 17.2% gain on their investment, they only spend 4.6% of it. The point of an endowment is supposed to be that people donate into it, and it doesn't actually make any profit for the university. They just live kind of off of the accrued income on their investments. So their excuses are like loss of federal funding, they're trying to hold back for an economic downturn, explosion of knowledge is being really expensive. We're both going to be down on that.
No question. I read in that article that Harvard and Yale, just to put this in perspective, have $60 billion endowments. Can you believe that?
Well, 60 billion combined between two.
Between the two.
But the funniest one in the whole thing
much
was that there was a ton of talk about this explosion of knowledge. That like there's so much more knowledge out there these days that it has to be more expensive to go to school. That was their argument. Was like they were like, well, if a new field of study comes around, then it gets really expensive to have to encompass that new field of study because it's not like we're going to just get rid of like our classics majors and start. But there's always new things coming around. There's always been new knowledge everywhere in the world. I mean, but
apparently electricity was invented recently.
Yeah, I know. Explosion of technology. Industrial revolution. It's crazy.
Anyway, now let's kick it off to the post of the week. This week's post of the week is settling debts between roommates. Check out the post for an easy solution on how to settle debts between your roommates and yourself. For more information, go to hackcollege.com/debt. Ooh, what's up? Kelly here from Hack College. Most dorm rooms don't allow you to have your own AC unless you're a school like Pepperdine. But this device right here is going to siphon cold water through this fan between two buckets. That's going to make your room freezing. And you can do it for less than $40. How does that sound? All right, first up, let's take a look at the materials that we're going to need. Number one, you're going to need a fan. Any type of fan is going to work as long as it's kind of got that wire mesh on the back, you know what I'm talking about? We're just using a floor standing fan though because it's what we have in the office. Number two, we're going to need some copper tubing, 15 feet of it. Number three, we're going to need some rubber or vinyl tubing. And you're going to want the inside diameter of the tubing to match the outside diameter of your copper tubing. Number four, you're going to need some hose clips. Number five, zip ties. I just got a pack of 40. Number six, you're going to need 2 buckets. You also need a few tools actually. You're going to need a screwdriver. You need a hacksaw right here. I got some scissors right here just to cut the rubber tubing so it's going to be easier. And lastly, you're going to need some sandpaper because you don't want to cut yourself on the sharp edges of the copper tubing. Or if you're me, you can just use your chin stubble right there. All right, let's get down to it. So I'm just going to basically just give it about 9 inches to a foot. Then I'm going to attach the first zip tie on. All right, so after I got that first zip tie on, I'm just going to actually uncoil as much of this as I can to kind of like get into place for now. So I'm a little worried that I won't be able to make it all the way around here, so I'm just going to, I'm actually going to cut just the end of this copper tubing off. All right, now you should have something that looks like a weird form of birth control with 2 ends of copper tubing hanging off of it. Next up, we're going to take our rubber hose or tubing, and we're just going to attach it to the ends of the copper tubing right here. We're going to use the hose clamps to make sure there are no leaks. And one end of the rubber tubing is going to go into a bucket that will sit on a table with water in it. And then the other end of the hose is actually going to go into the bucket on the floor with no water in it. All right, so let's do it. That's the end of that step right there. So now we got our fan face with the copper tubing. along with 2 rubber hoses attached to it like so. All right, so I'm going to go fill up this bucket with water. Extreme! Let's go back into the workshop. Workshop. All right, so we have one of our buckets filled with water right now. This one right here, and we're going to leave this one on the workbench, and then we're going to put this one on the floor. And we're going to put into practice something called Bernoulli's principle. I'm just going to drop this in and then tape this to the side so that the hose stays in the bucket. Otherwise, it's just going to flop out. And then, I don't know how clean the end of this hose is, but I've bonged many a beer, so it's probably cleaner than a beer bong. And next, all we got to do is suck. Any leaks here? It actually, wow, these hose clamps work pretty well. Like, as you can see, like, no water is leaking. All right, so this is our running AC system right now. Basically, what's going on is that you're putting a lot of cold water into this top bucket right here, and then as it's running through here, the heat is actually being ooh, those are really cold. The heat is actually being absorbed into the water, and then it's kind of just being stored in a bucket, so you can just like toss that out. I mean, it's just, I didn't take thermodynamics, but I'm not an idiot, so I know that's how thermodynamics works. So you're just going to have like a bucket of probably like room temperature water by the time you're done in a freezing room. So you'll just be able to take that bucket of heat and dump it out your window. It's like AC, but just the medium is water. It's pretty cool.
Man, that was cool!
Cool. Freeze, 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 freeze. Let's kick some ice.
Get it? Anyways, that was cool.
And now for someone shotgunning a beer.
You guys broke standard shotgunning rules. If I drink,
We're giving away an HP laptop.
Can I have it?
No, but we are actually giving one away. We're participating in a 15-blog like HP laptop giveaway. It's awesome.
So all you need to do to win is send in a picture of your current computer situation. It could be like your desktop or your laptop or whatever, and then a 100-word sob story about why you need a new laptop. So it could be like sort of like a crappy, you could be your crap top.
Yeah.
Okay. It could be like your PDA, whatever your computer is. It could be a calculator for all I care, but just have like a really funny, witty little 100-word caption that goes with the picture. And the best, funniest one will win the laptop.
For more information on this, just go to hackcollege.com/HP for the rules and regulations and which residents of which countries can win or not.
So sweet. Check it out. That's it for the first show. Back with Hack College, laptop craziness. Really cool first show, I think.
Yeah.
So thanks for joining us on Revision 3 Beta as well, new viewers.
Yes.
Let us know what you think of the new format and whatnot. You can email us at dear@hackcollege.com. That would be the best place to reach us about comments or little loveness that you might have for us.
Exactly. And if you want to follow us on Twitter, you can follow me at twitter.com/Kelly Sutton.
And me at twitter.com/Lesinski, Lesinski. Until next week, get back to your homework and try to avoid that Adderall. It's still early in the term, so you don't want to like die or anything.
Usually not the romantic type, but I'm leaving it so we can make things right.